why are you not switching back Monday nights with Mufti? Was cozy? Well, because this is a new platform. Get with the program. It's a different show. It's a different platform. It's a different theme. It's a different trajectory, and it's actually quite substantially a different audience checking by YouTube analytics. So yeah, if you I appreciate that you did like the, and I think people, you want to switch things up in life anyway. You want to change things to, I like the fact that you see people who are listening to me are only listening to me because of what I'm saying. Okay. They're not listening to me under the pretense of, let's say, I've got so many books behind me. Even though that's the books are mine, my library is over there. And when I initially did it, it was just a matter of, I guess, it was probably about 4 years ago. So it was a long time. No, actually, probably 2017 I began. So it's probably about 5 years ago. So it was comforting. It was nice, but it did get a bit, after a while, I think you need a change of, you need to kind of like shift things up. But in addition to that, I do like the thought comforting that people who listen now are solely listening for what I have to say. They're not listening under any false pretense. Not that it's false, but still, I don't. I like it's, to me, this idea is very, heartwarming. So I like that. And somebody said they miss the masala and stuff. Well, tough. You have to, a person has to be in line with where they find themselves in life. So where I find myself in life, this is what I want to do. So that's what I'm doing. And one thing I don't want to do, I'm actually fed up of it. Not now, a while back, is entertaining. I'm not here to entertain you. If you do want me to entertain you, you're more than welcome to take private sessions and I'll entertain you all you want. But I think, I don't know, maybe it's age. A person realizes that there's so much positive work to be done. So many people in need of real work, real effort. And there's fun everywhere. You see, if you just want to hear jokes, just watch Comedy Central. Go online, watch stand up. I mean, you're going to get really good jokes there. You don't need to come to a and if you want to watch the old Monday nights, you can. I feel that it's amazing, um yeah, it's amazing how your consciousness kind of, it I don't know, it kind of shifts, I guess, and you find yourself in life with a qualitative leap in consciousness plateau. So it's different. It's very different. So I don't really, to be honest, I don't like doing that now. And it's interesting. Somebody sent me a clip, maybe a few weeks back, of an old clip of mine, and I can't remember what. I don't know why they sent it, because of, I think they were talking about it or something, and sent it to me, and I just clicked on it and watched it. So it must have been about like 3 years old, or maybe 2-3 years old or something. 2 years maybe. So I clicked on it, and I was like, oh my god. Yeah, it was wild. I think, it's, yeah, now when I watch it, it's interesting. But I'm glad that a person has to go through their journey in life, and they have to see different stages. And I was there, I saw that stage, and it was fun, I guess, whilst it was happening. And then you kind of go through qualitative shifts in state of mind. then you see to yourself that, what is all of this? What is it even doing? What is it that why am I like what why do I want to be engaging people with in this manner? Why do I want to be like, what does it actually provide? Like, what does it actually do besides entertainment? What does it actually do? And I realized that, also the audience were a people that many of them weren't interested in almost anything I had to say. They were just interested in being entertained. And then there was a bunch of them who were really not interested in any healing. They were just interested in, I don't know, I guess in a maybe like an iconoclastic pursuit, maybe. Like maybe there's certain people who were annoyed or peeved off or kind of with stuff, and maybe I'm not saying right or wrong, but for whatever reason they were, and so they're kind of hurting. These people are hurting, and I guess there was a group, maybe that's a percentage, a percentile of the people that were listening to me. They were kind of using my stuff, weaponizing it to kind of just maybe serve their own cause. And I mean, I'm not passing a value judgment, but that's what it is. They weren't necessarily interested in the healing. They don't want to heal. They just, I guess, were angry for whatever reason about stuff, and they maybe found solace. Not solace ain't the right word. Maybe they found ammunition in my content that allowed them to then pick a bone with people based on it. So it allowed them to create arguments, because now you see they can't arrive at this, so they kind of use my knowledge to arrive at a point where it's for a negative force. Like they're not a force for good, they're a force for harm. They just want to argue, create dissent, create negativity, hatred, and that's not what I'm about. I'm not about that stuff. You see, I'm about positivity. I'm about hope, compassion, love. And I think sometimes when you're going in the momentum of things, you lose sight of what you're doing, because the momentum is just driving you forward. And to you, it's like Einstein's special relativity and his kind of general relativity. You see, to you, if you're traveling with, or just say under the speed of light, to you, things are still travel normal. They appear normal. They don't appear like things are going fast or slow, or time is slowing down, or you don't notice that. To you, it appears normal because you're being carried by this velocity. And but to the other person, they can see that. So you can see a variation in time, like in general relativity, you can see this. So time is kind of slowing down, but from the other perspective, not from the person moving in it. So in many ways, as a parallel, when I was going, I guess you can't see. You're kind of just being driven and driven, and you need a break. And I think in many ways, um, when there was that horrible incident last year, the whole attack on my house, and then following that, because I took maybe 3 months off, in those months, I really just focused on me, and that period, that break, became like a catalyst for many other things and events, whether they're mental events or psychosocial events or actual events. And I really got to really just observe, like, wow, like what is, it's amazing. It's like, for me, I think I must have in 3 to 5 months, so last year's summer kind of months going into autumn and late autumn, I must have been through like as in just actual, maybe about 3 years to maybe even 4 5 years, like that much stuff was going on in a positive way in my life, like that much stuff. Like, so I must have just aged at a consciousness level years with each month. Like it's phenomenal. I can't even explain it to you. But I think, and at the end of all those months, when I kind of looked, that and it's good to come to a standstill to assess everything. That right, where does everything stand? And yeah, so that's really why this show is there to help people. And it does, and it's bringing it has different. And I notice the people that come now are people who want to heal. And I like that because that's who I'm trying to help. Nora, shukran, much love for the super. Just some people might miss the old show because you're the only person willing to fight bullies on their own level. Sure, I mean, I guess I'm not saying that the old show was bad. I mean, sure, there were elements of it that now, in hindsight, I think weren't serving as a force for good. But there was a lot in there that was good and positive, and definitely, and it was full of a lot of humor, and I get that, and I get the fact that people. It's interesting that I see some people, they now, um, they I can see that they try to muster some courage now. I think our good old uh, Daniel Hakikatju Sahib. I saw that there's somebody sent me a thumbnail that he's made. I think he's having an attack on Imam Zaid Shakir about something. Imam Zaid is an amazing individual. May Allah bless him. I have so much love for him. And he's attacking him for whatever. I don't really watch Danny Boy's videos, but for whatever reason he's attacking him. And then in the thumbnails, I heard some people said, and I saw one of the thumbnail anyway. Somebody sent it. He's using my photo sitting with Imam Zaid Shakir when he came to visit me, and I smiled, when I saw it. I thought, this courage he's only having because I've kind of just I've just kind of seated myself back. That otherwise, over a year or and a half ago, when I would openly challenge him, he wouldn't dare even mention my name. If he did, the avalanche that would have come in his direction, and he would run a million miles from me at that time. I had openly challenged him to debates, and he wouldn't be able to run these Islamic rings around me because he is not qualified in the ulum, ulum al-din. He hasn't studied usul al-fiqh or maqasid al-sharia or even hadith or usul al-hadith or the books of hadith, or whether it's going to be he hasn't had an Islamic training like that. He's just studied in a modern university. So he would debate atheists, ex-Muslims, other people, but he would never publicly, at least, name me or try, because he knew I wouldn't. I was just looking for that opportunity. And I thought, it's interesting. I thought it's interesting. Chalo. Let others be, huh? Let him now. I thought, what? Let's see. I thought, let him have his fun. Because it's fascinating. So yeah, I get that there was this speaking out. But you know what? There's more. One of the things I really focused on, especially with mindfulness and a lot of this collecting yourself, and then where consciousness goes on its own journey, eventually leading to what is ego death, or al-fana, fana fillah. It is something else these things are. You know, when a person comes back from an ego death, this world and the things of it seem so just artificial, and there's no allure to them. And a person, you just smile when you see these things. When people do these, you just let people be. Let children, and it's like child's play. Let people play if they want. But yeah, and my advice is that to people as well, as difficult as it is, that just focus on your own journey. Let them be. You know. By the way, if even though I've changed that, my Mind Trap show is still going. So if any of these people ever want to have a discussion on Mind Trap, I still take guests, and we have a very civil discussion. They're more than welcome to appear on that. Right. Okay. Let's move on.